Welcome back everybody, Todd here. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to keep moving forward with the build on Laura's 2024 Honda NX500. We've purchased a tank bag from sw-motech and we've got a bracket to stick that on. So come on with me, let's go ahead, let me show you this tank bag. Here's the tank bag that we'll be installing. As I said, it's the sw-motech. It's the micro WP. The WP stands for waterproof, and it's a smaller size bag, but we think it's a perfect fit for that NX500. Perfect fit for how Laura's going to be riding the bike. So, hey, come on along and let's get this thing installed. Again, it's the sw-motech micro WP. And then here's the kit. The actual tank bag comes with the installation hardware. This is going to go on the bottom of that bag. Then we've purchased a separate kit for the NX500. What this allows you to do is to take that tank bag, and rather than installing it directly on top of the gas tank, this sets it on there and it kind of puts it on the front side or the front edge of the gas tank. So this is a separate purchase. Our first step here is going to be to get a little Loctite on these threaded posts. So we're using a blue Loctite, and Laura's going to go ahead and goop those up. So our next order of business, take that horseshoe, which is magnetic. We're going to set that right over top of those 4 posts. And that magnet grabs pretty good. Then you can see we've got these, I don't even know what they are. They're like nuts, but they're open on one end. It's got a hex end on one end, and then it threads over top of that. And it's going to go ahead and secure that. Even though it's magnetic, it's going to secure it to the bracket. Here we go, we're just making a final torque on them. I think the directions do actually give you a torque spec, but come on, I'm not getting a torque wrench out for this. A little common sense goes a long ways. So now we've got these rubber feet that go right down in there. Goes on the back side of that, and that way that'll set on the tank. So we've got to get that mushroom head through that hole. So we're going to get some dish soap and push that sucker on there, and we'll be back. And we have success. Here we go. There's the front side, the back side. So yeah, show the profile. Yeah, you can see that's going to sit right against, these are going to sit right on the tank. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, now we move on to this, and we're going to attach that to the bottom of the bag. Okay, here's our bag. You can see how this has the strap attached to it. Here's our directions right there. It shows you clearly that you're going to run that through that right there, that hole right there. So we're going to go ahead and pull that off the bag, and we're going to thread it through there exactly the way the directions show. So we've got the red, we'll call it a tether, release cord, attached on the bottom like so, looped up through the top. Then if we flip that over, now the next step is going to be for us to attach that right in there. Set it in there. Then we've got these screws right here that are going to pin that down inside of all 4 of those. So we're putting the 4 screws in there. We're just going to fasten that on there so that it's finger tight. It'll still allow movement a little bit, but just a little bit. After this, we're going to run out to the motorcycle quick and just get a general sense for where it's going to fit on this bracket against the tank. So we just took it out, stuck it on the motorcycle, decided exactly where we wanted it to position. So she's going to go ahead and tighten that down now so that it doesn't slide out of where we want it position wise. Now we'll have to remove it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Pull and lift. Just like that. And that releases the magnet. And now we can go ahead and tighten those other two down as well. So just to be clear, this will slide before you pinch these down. This will slide on that track. So you can figure out where you want it. Once you've got that, you come in with all four of these and snug them down. Now it doesn't slide because you can see there's teeth here. And then there's teeth on the bottom of this that mesh together. Once you've got that, then this is magnetic. It's going to go into that bracket. So what you're really doing here with this red strap is creating a trigger. And when you pull the trigger, watch what happens here. What it's actually doing is these things right here, it's somehow demagnetizing it. So let me put this back on. Here's the track. Bam. Look how that thing grabs. Now, when she pulls the trigger, I can pull that right up. If she doesn't pull the trigger, I mean, you're not pulling that thing off. Pull the trigger. Bam, comes off. So that's what that whole thing's about. All right, we're ready now to take that out and install it on the motorcycle. That is ready to go on as soon as that thing's attached. And basically, we've got to go pull four screws out of the top of the motorcycle ring around the gas cap and replace them with those inside of those. So next step is the bike. We're out here at the motorcycle and we're going to go ahead and remove these four screws out of the top of that tank ring. They obviously had Loctite on it. It didn't take much to break them loose. So once we remove those four, we're ready to put the new bracket on. You got the bolt along with the spacers. So the spacers, start out, put the spacers right in the holes there. Yep. All right, so we've got all of our spacers in there. We've got our bracket. We're going to lay our bracket over top of that. We're going to go ahead and put the short screws in first. Those are going in the front or the top. And here we're just trying to get the threads started. Once we feel the threads grab a little bit, we'll move on to the other one. We want to leave that loosey-goosey so we can get the bracket positioned on all four corners. Okay. Then again, the back ones take the long bolts or the long screws. Same thing here. We're just trying to get it threads started. And then we're just going to go in a crisscross pattern to get it hand tightened up. So we've got the bracket on there just fine. Just hand torque that thing. Again, like all things, just be sensible about it. And there you go. You can see those rubber pieces here just sit right on the tank. Yeah. So when you're riding without that tank bag, looks pretty good, really. And now to add the tank bag to it, it's pretty simple. Here's Laura with the bag. And you're just going to set it on there and bam, just like that, the magnet grabs and it's on. Here's where the bag is. And again, once you get it on there and you start riding with it, you're gonna probably want to play with it a little bit, figure out, you know, what's the ideal positioning for it. But yeah, I think that it's the right call to get that bracket that, you know, allows you to have the bag here. Otherwise it'd be sitting right top, dead top center, and it might be, you know, pretty close to your bars. Then you got to look over that to see your dash. I think on this NX500 that's a good position. Then Laura, go ahead and pull that off of there. Pull your little red strap trigger there. Pull the trigger, and just like that the bag comes off. You can take it with you. You're going to go into a restaurant or something. You're worried about it getting stolen. You just bring it with you. Pop it on there. Super easy. So, sitting on the motorcycle, you can see plenty of room there. This motorcycle gives you more of an upright position anyhow, so perfect. No problem seeing the dash. You can see that that red piece right there is out of the way. I would guess that when it's time to fuel, you just pop the bag off anyhow. Taking a look at the bag, I mean, this is waterproof. That's one of the nice things about this bag, is it's completely waterproof. You don't have to worry about any of that. Then down here you can see on the bottom, go ahead and pull that up, that's magnetic. You see that button right there is magnetic. Then that comes out, that's the outer layer. Then you've got all rainproof or waterproof zippers. Pop that open, there's the bag. Again, it's not a real big bag, but plenty of room. You got some side pockets in there on both sides. You know, and then here you can open that up, open the top. You can slide your important papers or maybe your cell phone in there. But yeah, it's great for all the essentials. I mean, what are you really going to want to throw in there? Your cell phone, your wallet, your proof of insurance, registration, those kinds of things, some personal items. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. Appreciate you tagging along as always. Hey, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. Give it a like. That really helps me out. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and then we'll see you back here on the next one.